Welcome back to Maple Grove. I'm Wes. It's gonna be a short day today. I'm going down to help Stephanie finish up some of her classroom stuff this afternoon. So I'm just gonna try to get these backhoe mounts put back on the tractor. I probably won't even try to get the backhoe lined up on it today because once I get into doing that, it's gonna be probably an hour or two, and I don't have that much time today. So I'll get these things put on and come back tomorrow, and then we'll get everything situated with mounting the backhoe, getting the front tabs put on, and getting the holes drilled in the new tabs to put on the back. But gonna be a short one, but it is what it is. While I was unstrapping, I figured I might as well put a fan under the canopy like I've been planning on doing. Had most all the stuff except for some nuts and bolts that I had to pick up, but I already had them waiting. I've been planning on doing this. I went to the scrap pile, got some 1.5 inch angle. I already had this harness. It was supposed to be going on the talon for some extra lights. I had a fan from my old car project, but you can get those off of Amazon. All right, I got a piece of angle iron in the hydraulic cylinder. So if something crazy was to happen, it's not going to go far. It's not going to take me out. Might be disappointing to some people, but I kind of like being around. All right, let's see what we can do about running this wire. Half I mentioned that I hate running wire. All right, pop this fuse in, see if we got fire or air conditioning. Hopefully air conditioning. Bingo. Turn the switch around. Now that right there is a model worth doing. I've seen these canopy tops with the fans built in them, and they're not cheap. I had an old radiator fan sitting around from a project car that hasn't gotten finished yet. I had metal in a scrap pile. I had a wiring harness that was going to be for a second set of trail lights on the Talon that was in a box. So I had to buy some bolts and nuts and spend a little bit of time in the shop, but got a switch in the dash and a fan blowing on my head. Wish I'd have done this about 2 months ago. But anyhow, that part's done. The backhoe mount, check chain mount, they're on. I'm probably gonna come back and do the lining up of the backhoe and the other stuff I gotta do on the backhoe frame tomorrow morning when it's a little bit cooler. Stephanie's about to get off work, so I'm headed to the house and get out of these soaking wet clothes. See you back in the morning. Maybe this will be the last time these wheels have to come off to mess with this backhoe. Probably not. Hook and the pin are all the way up in there. It looks like we're gonna barely have enough meat to catch that. If you look where the pin goes through, it's not a whole lot of meat on the front, and I'm gonna have to trim some of that back off with the check chain link. But for a first try, I think this is gonna be the answer to make this thing not be such a headache. So it's not perfect, but it's better than it was. Hopefully I'll be able to get this thing on and off without losing my religion. But all right, well, let's get this thing back off and trim it for the check chain links. I thought I'd done messed up like Aaron, but I don't think I did. There's this hook on the bottom that keeps the backhoe frame from going forward. So it doesn't really matter if I don't have a whole lot of meat on the front of that, because it can't go forward. It's not going to tear out. It just has to keep from going backwards, and there's plenty of metal to keep from going backwards. But the check chain link was going to be snug, and I was going to have to cut it. Got plenty of metal, so I drilled another hole. Really don't want to take extra metal off, because the whole point of this is making it as strong as it can be. I think we've accomplished that. So I guess I'm gonna go do a little bit of digging. We're gonna use some of this clay pile back in the woods to finish out a road we had to bring up with a bunch of rock rubble and stuff like that. It's rough as a cob right now. Got the rocks that are sticking out scratched up yesterday, and we just need to put a little cap of clay on it. And this has been sitting for about 6 or 8 months, and it's hard as a rock, which is what we need back in the woods for that road, because it's gonna be part of the go-kart track. So we're just gonna loosen some of this up with the backhoe, and then we'll scoop some and haul it back there. Stephanie finally got off work, so it's time to play. Let's take a hot lap on the short course and try out that new road section. Stephanie said the dog wanted to come out and see sunset. That's it. Thanks for watching. God bless.